One of these times I am just gonna go home, sell everything I got. I could live a whole life in probably a year in the sense of experiences and taking in new places.
That's the funny part, is since we don't have a dead set plan, it went from thinking we were sleeping in a parking lot to this. So Rachel and I have been in Florida for probably, what'd you decide, 19 days?
3.5 weeks.
3.5 weeks total. We worked our way down the Gulf side, went down to the Florida Keys. We're down in the Keys for 4 days. Well, down in Key West for 4 days, then worked our way up. We're in Key Largo for a day, and then went through Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Pompano Beach. I'd been looking at this campground for 2-3 weeks, and we're like, you know, do we want to book a reservation? And like every once in a while a canceled site would pop up. Nothing, I don't think, beachfront, like right on the beach like this, and if it was, there was thick vegetation to where you really didn't get a view of the ocean unless we were up on the roof. And we happened to be on Flagler Beach, and I happened to check my phone and it said that number 15 was available, which is this spot. The picture of the site showed this, which is a great view of the ocean. It was about 3:50, check-ins at 3 o'clock. I called, spoke to a ranger. He said, yep, 15's available. That was the site that I was going to tell you could have. I can't book anything for you. You'll have to come here. It's first come, first serve. So we were running down the beach, and then of course, probably a 7-minute drive, we get stuck behind this car that's going 15 miles an hour. It was a tow truck hauling like a nice old restored car, and I swear he was just showing it off to people at the bars. So we get to the actual campground thinking that's where we check in and buy the spot with the camp host. Nope, he said you got to go across the street over to the ranger station. So we go over there, I go in, he's like, yep, 15's still available. I said, thank God. So we book it, and as we were coming out, 2 other vehicles were coming in. So like, I mean, we literally got this spot. He would have suggested this spot to them had we not got there when we did. This is the closest other than Big Sur. Big Sur was close, but we are higher up. Definitely was not this close to the water though, and the waves were nothing like this. Like, this is just gonna lull us to sleep tonight. This site was open tomorrow as well, but it already got booked by the time we booked today. So we're gonna be grateful and be happy that we got tonight. Tomorrow would have been great. Like Rachel said, I think we would have paid $125 for this site. This is just incredible. But what's funny about this is just down the street. How long ago would that have been, Rach? That was before you, right? So that was 5 years ago when I was jogging on the beach. So right up the street from here, I was jogging on the beach, and it was probably 6:30 in the morning. It was a sunrise jog. And there was a campground that I think is $175 a night, and people had all their RVs backed up like this with the back doors open. And I was on my jog back to the car. So it's probably 7 o'clock, sun was fully out, and these people were cooking breakfast right next to their RV. And I could just smell fresh bacon. And I'll have to find the clip on Snapchat, but I started Snapchatting as I was jogging, and I said, I'm jogging down the beach, there's people cooking breakfast, it's fresh bacon, they're literally living the dream. I don't know if they're retired, they're on a trip, what the deal is, but I said, I believe words, like word on word, I said I could sell my house, sell everything I own, and live in a year what most people live in a lifetime. I either said sell my house or just sell all of my things.
So I just passed an RV parked on the ocean, cooking breakfast. It smelled like applewood bacon. Goals, baby. Goals. I'm pretty sure, I say this a lot, but one of these times I am just gonna go home, sell everything I got. I could live a whole life in probably a year in the sense of experiences and taking in new places.
4 months later, half a year later, I meet Rachel and I meet, I should say. Start traveling, decide we're gonna get rid of our places. She left her job of 9 years. They're like, who are you talking to? I'm like, she's over there. 9 years. Bought the van wrecked, converted the van, fixed the van first, then converted the van over the course of what, probably 5 months, 6 months. We hit the road and there's been no looking back. We were on that first road trip for 134 days. But my point to all this is like crazy. I was jogging down this particular beach up the way a little bit, just up the way a little bit, and said that I could sell everything and we could hit the road. And then I meet the right person. That's indeed what we do. And coming up in April, it'll be 3 years of us doing this. 60,000 plus miles, 49 states total, 48 states in the van, 10 countries. We met a couple traveling in Sedona, Arizona. Now they're lifelong friends, and went to Europe with them. They had a trip planned for 34 days, went backpacking, did 10 countries. Spend the rest of your life.
เดี๋ยวจะเสียดายมาเร็วมาเชื่อสิกว่าจะบิ้วมาได้ด้วยเธออีกไง
It's just been an incredible journey. So Vanlife has just been the most wonderful thing for us, and we enjoy every waking moment of it. What did you figure out on the math? How many Cracker Barrels this trip?
12.
12 Cracker Barrels. That's not...
Never the same one twice.
Never the same one twice. Only overnight stays. That's
As everybody should.
As everybody should. It gets dark at 5:30 at night, so it makes no sense to go and spend $70 or $100 a night for a campground. Florida's always pretty booked up because people book well in advance, and the weather, everyone's trying to escape the cold. And we have solar. We haven't paid for water once in the 21 days we've been on the road. So what's the sense in us exploring these towns that we're traveling through, paying $70 or $100 a night just to park, cook dinner, go to sleep, and get out of there in the morning to go explore? Doesn't make any sense. But this, had we started off with this, we would have stayed here the whole time. We never would have made it to the Keys. Right?
Absolutely.
Which would have been okay. Rachel said my buddy's grandpa, I mean, I called him grandpa too, he lived 15 minutes up the road from here, 20 minutes, and my buddy and I would come down here and visit him just about every year. 5 dogs at the campsite across the street. And he passed away in 2023, I think it was February 2023, so last year. Great guy, and Rachel said he's the one who hooked the spot up. The reason this all worked out was because of John. So cheers to John. Miss ya. It's bittersweet coming here and thinking about all the memories with my buddy and I and his grandpa, and I'll call him my grandpa because that's what, like, how he was to me. We'd sit out on the lanai and drink Yinglings late into the night and talk smart and had a blast. He was a great guy. But anyways, thanks for hooking up the spot, John. This is beautiful. This is exactly what we needed. Trip is tapering off to an end, if you will. We got to head north, which will be nice just to see family and friends, celebrate Christmas, and then we're heading where it's warm again.
Yes, I do.
EAT. Oh, now you can spell.
He spells. No, yeah, when you say EAT.
Of course he spells.
You're the boss.
I think it's full tonight.
Cool.
Full.
Full moon.
Literally full.
Yeah. We're gonna do a bioluminescence thing in Cocoa Beach. Buddy and I went kayaking in the mangroves there, and it was so cool. Not for bioluminescence, and Rachel and I were gonna do that out in the San Juan Islands, but it wasn't the right time of the year. Nor was it the right time of the year because of the full moon. When was the new moon? I think like the 28th or end of the month or something.
Comes right after the full moon.
Right, but I'm saying that's coming up soon.
Right.
So we skipped it. We didn't do it. Cocoa Beach had some high winds, high winds. I don't think we would have wanted to kayak, so next time.
This is almost like too loud.
Oh, I love it. I've never heard him this loud. This is great. This is incredible. We ran into this couple on the beach, like walking. I was paying attention to Zeke. Rachel's like, "Are you guys from Minnesota?" And I kind of looked over, and then I saw the guy was wearing a TC, like a, right? Yeah, Twins baseball cap. Rachel's like, you from Minnesota? And they're like, well, kind of. We live in Wisconsin now or something. And how'd you know I was from Minnesota or something? Rachel's like, your hat. And he was like, oh, didn't even know I was wearing my Twins cap or whatever. So we're talking to them for, how long do we talk to them? 20 minutes? Half an hour? Probably a half an hour. Great conversation, just talking about travel, their plans. Both of them are retired. They come down here for the winter. And they asked, they said, where are you guys staying tonight, or where are you going? And we're like, oh, we don't know. You know, probably Cracker Barrel. That's probably the plan right now, because it's just how we roll. And now here we are. So it's just funny how when we don't have...
I had already texted my mom and said, another Cracker Barrel tonight.
That's the funny part, is since we don't have a dead set plan, it went from thinking we were sleeping in a parking lot to this. And that's what I love about it, the surprise. It's just like we don't really know. It's meant to be. He wants to come out here, but I think he can just sit up on here, right? Come here, Zeke. Up. Good boy. Come here, right here. Right here. Come by the pillow. What a vibe, huh?
Yes. It's amazing.
Wow, did we sleep like bears? That was incredible. As Rachel said, I kept waking up. She kept waking up like every hour or so. Mine was probably, I think last night was the first time that I caught like an actual buzz since we've been on this trip, which is a good thing. So usually when I drink, I don't get the best night's sleep. So I guess that was my part, but I was celebrating because this was just an amazing campsite. Unbelievable. We'll for sure come back here and stay here for a week. We'll just have to try and plan it out in advance, because the odds of probably just coming here and getting a week, slim to none. And also just go down the road, wait for a site to open up, and then come back here and stay, like grab a different spot. I'm still waking up. I've been up since probably 6:30. We're gonna have a slow morning, listen to the waves. I'm gonna sip some coffee, probably edit a video. I gotta finish my book before we get home. That was one of my goals. And then we'll cook breakfast and see where it takes us. We got until 1 o'clock to check out here, and then they said you can go anywhere in the park or over by the bathrooms and just park and still utilize the park after 1. So, slick. Pretty nice, actually. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment if you enjoyed the video or if you have something to add. Definitely, or like it if you enjoyed it. If you didn't like it, you can leave a comment about that as well. What I want to add is Rachel and I are just normal people. As I've said in other videos, and you know, I've said it 100 times, I don't know if this is your first video or not. If we can do it, you can do it too. So whether it's a van, a Toyota Prius, a camper, living more nomadic, traveling more, just get out there and do it. You don't want to live a life of regret. You don't want it to be a case of where you get down the road and you go, I wish I would have done that. And most of the people that Rachel and I have met in our travels, you know, who are a little bit older, have more wisdom than us, they say, you know, I wish I would have done what you guys are doing. I wish someone would have told me it was an option to do what you guys have done and what you're continuing to do. Do it until the wheels fall off. Don't let people tell you you shouldn't do it. And that's a big thing. Don't let people get in your head. Or get in your own head. Don't tell yourself you can't do something. Put out into the universe that you're going to make it happen. You're going to achieve your goals and do what is going to make you have a fulfilling life. So don't let people that haven't done what you're trying to do persuade you or tell you you can't do something, because the truth is they have no idea. They don't have the kahunas to try what you're doing. So just get out there and do it. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video and have a beautiful day.